Guys, come on. It is Wednesday. And you know that Wednesdays equal tea time. Look, I am so excited about today's Tea Time with Tia topic. So you guys need to come on in. You need to hit the like button. You need to share it. I promise you, this message is for you. I mean, because have you ever felt like you were in this dry space in your life, in this dry place, like spiritually? I mean, come on, we're gonna talk about it. It's tea time, you guys.
Tea time, it's tea time. It's tea time, it's tea time. Tia Williams.
Okay. Look, I want to share something with you guys before I get into my topic, but I'll introduce the topic for you because I want you guys to stick around. This is going to be an excellent, excellent topic. Thank you guys for tuning in on Instagram. Thank you, my Facebook followers. Thank you, YouTube. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. So today's Tea Time with Tia topic is Superbloom. How many of you have ever heard of a Superbloom? Well, I'm going to break it down for you and I'm going to explain it to you. But before I talk about today's Tea Time with Tia topic, hey, Mom, thank you for tuning in. I had post on my page, I believe it was Monday, and I was talking about how the word works. So, I mean, you guys, and I'm quite sure you know, you've been hearing people having these illnesses that's going around. They're saying that it's not COVID and it's not the flu and it's something else going on. And also these nasty coughs, right? So my body was attacked with a cough. And I'm telling you, it's been the worst cough that I've ever experienced, right? And so I'm the only, female in my house. I have three sons and a husband. And so I've always taught them to, when you feel your body is attacked with an illness or a sickness, don't lay in it. Don't just lay in the bed, cover it up. No, get up, take a shower, put some clothes on, do everything that you can do to resist whatever's trying to attack you. Go put some clothes on, sit up in the chair. Then after you do that for a minute, then you can go lay it down in the bed for a minute, but then get right back up, move around, go for a walk. So this cough has been attacking me, right? And so I work out. I put my mask on. I went to the gym, work out. Um, and it seems like I will feel a little better after I work out. So I was like, okay, this is good. And then Sunday came around and I was unable to go into the house of the Lord on Sunday because the cough was just um, had me up at night. I wasn't able to sleep. And so I'm just still thinking, okay, just get up and do something. Well, was it Sunday? Yeah, so Sunday, towards the evening, I started doing jumping jacks. I said, okay, let me do some jumping jacks. I did 25 jumping jacks. You can feel those endorphins, kicking in. I went and grabbed my weights out of my closet. I started, lifting weights. I was like, man, this cough is not going to beat me. So then, as soon as I get in the bed to go to sleep, I mean, I'm just coughing continuously. Like the cough just won't stop. And when I would get my tea, I would get tea, put lemon in it. I get honey, real honey, a raw organic honey, not that honey they try to sell us in the stores. But so I would be drinking my tea, and I made me like a fresh garden salad because my appetite, was gone as well. And I normally eat breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, and my husband kept saying, well, what do you want to eat? And I said, I'm not hungry. I said, but I'm going to eat my salad and I'm going to drink my tea, drink my water, eat my salad, drink my tea. So then Monday come along and I just had it. Hey, Scribe. Hey, Donnell, how are you? I mean, I just had it, you guys. I said, I am not going to accept this. Like, this righteous indignation rose up on the inside of me. And I was just like, I mean, what am I doing? because typically I'm thinking I'm doing the right thing. I'm not sitting down in it. I'm not laying down. I'm getting up. I'm exercising. But this thing was persistent. So I'm like getting mad because I'm like, well, if you're going to be persistent, I'm going to be persistent. So I started declaring scripture over my body, and I'm saying, okay, God, you promised me sweet sleep. So I said, I come into agreement that I will have some sweet sleep. And then I started thinking about it, and I started, evicting the illness out of my body. And I'm saying, my body is the temple of God. No sickness or disease shall come near my dwelling. Like, you don't have a right to attack my body. I mean, like, I was just getting so upset at this call. Not only did I evict the call from my body, but I evicted the call from this earth. Like, you're going to return back to your sender. If this is a man-made virus, then I'm going to send you back to your creator. I'm going to send you back to the pit of hell. Man, I went so hard on this daggone cough and whatever virus. I mean, and I'm saying all of this to say, don't accept the conditions. Don't accept a cough. Don't accept a headache. Don't accept a sore tooth. You understand what I'm saying? Don't accept these things. Don't accept them as normal. I mean, I refuse to accept that I'm gonna have this cough. So I got up, I went in the bathroom. I said, you coming out of me right now. So I started praying in the Holy Spirit, and I'm over the toilet, and I just get to praying, and all of this mucus started coming out of me. I mean, everything. Because every time I would cough, like a little bit of something would come up. So my husband was like, well, that's a good thing, baby. At least you spitting something out. And I said, yeah, but it's just a little thing. But Monday, you guys, I'm telling you, when I got sick and tired, when I got tired of accepting this call, I'm waiting for it to go away. It's like, no, we don't have to wait for anything to go away. You evict it. You get rid of it. You call it out of you. It has no place in you. That thing was violating my body. I didn't invite it there. I didn't invite a call into my body. And so I'm telling you, all of that mucus, whatever was on the inside of me, I mean, it came out, and I felt so much better. Now there is still like some agitation in my throat, but I tell you, I'm healed. I'm healed in the name of Jesus. I was covering myself with the blood of Jesus. I mean, I was just reminding myself who I am and who this virus or infection or illness or sickness or disease, who does it think it is? It doesn't have the right to come into my body. So I'm telling you, you guys, the word works. You just got to work the word. You have to work the word. Come into agreement with God, with what God said. I mean, since Monday, I've been having sweet sleep, even though I still have a little cough, a lingering cough, but I'm healed, and I continue to make my declarations. I continue to stand on the word of God. I continue to believe what the word says. The word works. So I couldn't wait to get on here and share that with you guys. But I'm telling you, don't accept this crap. And I told my husband, I said, if I hear somebody cough, I'm going to go and heal them in the name of Jesus, because I didn't only evict this cough from my body, I evicted it from the earth. It is not allowed to live here, not on my watch. So, Happy New Year, you guys. Happy 2024. I know that I did not do a tea time on the first Wednesday, but I was still waiting for God to give me my assignment. Um, but also, you guys, check in with me. On our last tea time with Tia topic, we were talking about if you are what you eat. And we said that we were going to allow our diet to be our strength. Come on, you guys. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go back and watch the 3-part series on if you are what you eat, and how we're going to take our cues from the eagle, right? Because the eagle's diet is his strength. But we also said that we were going to monitor what we consume. We were going to write down what we're eating. So for even before 2024 came, I removed meat from my diet. So I'm not a vegan. I am not a vegetarian. I do not uh, consider myself any of those things. I am taking meat out of my diet, and it's based off of the teaching that I taught on Tea Time about if you are what you eat, you should go and watch it. I mean, multiple times. Go share it with your Facebook friends, your Instagram friends, your YouTubers. Share it, you guys. It's a powerful, powerful lesson. I told you guys that you have not heard anybody teach this lesson. So you really need to go check it out. But I wanted to touch bases with you guys to see if you are keeping account on what you are consuming. What are you eating? Because if we are what we eat, then we should be more selective about what we ingest and what we consume. And it's not just food. Come on. It's what our eyes consume. It's the music that we listen to, the movies that we watch, the television shows that we watch, the people that we hang around, the words that we speak, the things that we say out of our own mouths. So I just wanted to check in with you guys as far as that is concerned. But come on, let's get into this phenomenon called Superbloom. So if you're on here, let me know. Write in the comments, have you ever heard of a Superbloom? I'm still drinking my tea, you guys. Have you guys ever heard of a Superbloom? All right. So God wanted me, He wanted me to, I'm trying to look for my note. He wanted me to explain in detail a super bloom to you guys. So I'm telling you guys, all of my Tea Time with Tia topics, they are not coming from me. These are all topics that I get from God because He wants me to discuss these things with you guys. So, I mean, tea time is awesome. I mean, if I can say so myself, you guys really get to hear what's on the heart of God, like what He wants for us. And it's for whoever tune in, whoever have ears to hear. So let me break down to you guys what a super bloom is. I'm excited about this. And then I'm gonna bring it around full circle. Y'all know how I do. A super bloom is a rare desert botanical phenomenon in California and Arizona in which an unusually high proportion of wildflowers whose seeds have lain dormant in desert soil germinate and blossom at roughly the same time. Come on. I mean, we got to just go back. Come on. This is a rare desert botanical phenomenon, right? I love these words: unusual, dormant, and the seeds germinate and blossom roughly at the same time. The phenomenon is associated with an unusually wet, rainy season. Come on. So a super bloom is something that is rare and it takes place, right? Me either. I never heard of it until God told me, and I quickly went to Google and started going to work. So a super bloom is rare. Come on, say rare, type rare. And a super bloom takes place in a desert. Come on, that's how rare this thing is. And in which an unusually high proportion of wildflowers whose seeds have lain dormant, come on, in desert soil, germinate and blossom at roughly the same time. Now, I personally wouldn't think that anything can grow in the desert. Like if you know, if you're just thinking that a desert is void, it's hot, it's dirty, you know, dusty, no water, you know, I wouldn't think that anything can grow, but a super bloom can. So, and then the phenomenon is associated with an unusually wet, rainy season. Okay, so look a little bit further. Let's look at the conditions that it takes for the super bloom to take place, right? The conditions under which I need to calm down. A super bloom can occur are exceptional because some invasive grasses, such as brooms, will compete with native flowers for moisture. The desert must remain dry enough prior to the bloom to keep them from becoming established. Come on, the desert must remain dry enough prior to the bloom to keep them from becoming established. Come on, these competing invasive grasses. You got some competition, people that's trying to compete with you, but they can't even get established because, come on, the conditions got to be right. Okay. The bloom, oh, okay, here. The desert must receive rainfall in the autumn, and this rain must penetrate deep into the soil matrix in order to reach a majority of the dormant seeds of the flowering plants. If subsequent rainfall is excessive or inundating, the young plants may be carried away in flash floods. If it is inadequate, the seeds will die from dehydration. Come on, so the rain, the conditions has to be perfect. It has to be perfect. You can't have too much rain or the plants, the young plants will be carried away, and you can't have not enough rain or the seeds will die from dehydration. Come on, this has God's fingerprint all on it. Come on, somebody type in Superbloom. Come on. Now we're going to look at the ground. Let's look at the conditions that the ground has to be in order for this phenomenon to take place. The ground in which the seeds lie must warm slowly over the several months which follow the first soaking rain. And the desert must have enough cloud cover both to shield the soil from intense daytime desert heat and to insulate it from overnight freezing temperatures. Come on, here is that perfect, that sweet spot. Come on. Finally, once the newly germinated plants have reached the surface of the soil, the desert must remain undisturbed by strong winds, which would uproot the plants or damage the young shoots. Come on. The rare concatenation, and I looked that word up because I didn't know what it means. Concatenation means a group of things linked together or occurring together in a way that produces a particular result or effect. So that's pretty much the wildflowers growing together, right? The rare concatenation of these events is what makes a super bloom such an extraordinary occurrence. Come on. Let me see if I can break it down to you a little further. Super bloom. In unfriendly conditions, like the dry, nutrient poor soil you find in a desert, wildflower seeds have the ability to wait. Come on. Wildflower seeds have the ability to wait for the right conditions before they sprout and bloom. See, they don't get anxious. They don't get ahead of themselves. They don't say, all the other flowers are blooming. I need to bloom. No, they have the ability to wait for the right conditions before they sprout and bloom. God has the ability to wait for the right conditions before he presents you to the world. He's not going to let you go 1 minute before or 1 minute after. It's going to be perfect timing. Come on, say, I am waiting for Superbloom. Come on. I just got excited. That's why I started coughing. Come on. So they go dormant, slowing down their internal clock to delay blooming. This is what the seed does. The wildflower seed. It slows down their internal clock to delay blooming. A super bloom is called super because not just one wildflower seed bursts into flower. Instead, a surprisingly large number of wildflowers bloom at exactly the same time in the desert. I'm getting excited. Come on, y'all. God want me to teach on this. He want you guys to have ears to hear this message. When a plant produces flowers, we call that a bloom. A super bloom occurs when that happens for a massive number of different plants. In some cases, as many as 200 different species all at once. A super bloom can last as little as a few days or as long as 2 months, depending on the conditions in the desert where it occurs. Come on. Deserts are areas with very little precipitation, less than 10 inches a year if plants need water, and a desert receives very little precipitation. How do they grow in these difficult conditions? Everything has to be just right for the bloom to happen. And that's why it only happens every 10 to 15 years. So a super bloom is very rare. It only happens every 10 to 15 years. So I'm telling you, can you imagine when the super bloom happened? People probably travel across the world to see this phenomenon. Come on. So we talked about what a super bloom is. We talked about the conditions that are necessary for the super bloom to take place. We talked about the ground and how the ground has to perfectly be in order for the super bloom to take place. Come on, let's look at the seed. Let's look at the seed. Seed structure has changed over time to improve chances of survival in a specific environment. It is this special adaptation of the seed coat that makes a super bloom super. The key element for the plant survival is the seed coat. This coat only allows the seed to germinate or grow when the conditions are just right. Come on. This doesn't happen every year or even every 5 years. Sometimes it takes 15 years for the seeds to experience the Goldilocks effect. Oh, come on, why do we call it the Goldilocks effect? Remember when Goldilocks went to the bear's house and she went into one bed, a bear's bed, and she said, "This bed is too hard." And then she went to the next bear's bed and she said, "This bear is too soft." And so when she got to baby bear's bed, she said, "This bed is just right." Come on, the conditions has to be just right. Winter rain, super blooms are dependent on winter rains, but not the torrential type. Come on, it got to be a specific type. Super blooms need to have deep, soaking, gentle rains that soak into the ground over a period of time. In an area that receives less than 2 inches of rainfall a year, This slow drenching rain is essential but rare. Warmth but not heat. Super blooms happen in the early spring before the temperature rises in the desert. When the temperature gets too hot, the plants will dry out. Lack of drying winds, just like our skin gets dehydrated in warm, dry air, the winds in Death Valley dehydrates the surface of the desert. Super blooms can only happen when there are fewer of these drying winds. Come on, super blooms are super. I mean, because it seems like it takes some supernatural things to take place in order for those wildflower seeds to blossom all at the same time. Come on, so you got to have what? The right conditions. Come on, the environment matters. Come on, your environment matters. You got to have the ground has to be right. The seed has to be right. Come on. The weather conditions have to be right. And God knows the timing has got to be right. You want to wait on God's timing. So you say, Tia, okay, y'all know I like a good definition because I know you thinking, Tia, what does this have to do with me? Why is this laptop never charged? I just don't understand. I'm sorry, you guys. I just charged this laptop the other night. I mean, I know you guys are probably thinking, okay, what does this have to do with me? Come on. Who here has felt like you've been in a dormant season, like a dry season, where you feel like ain't nothing, you ain't even hearing God like you used to hear him. You ain't worshiping like you used to worship him. You not praying like you used to pray. Like I'm telling you, I've been through this season where I just been feeling so lost and confused and just like I don't know what am I supposed to do. And I've been blaming it on turning 50. I turned 50 in August and my mother says I'm going through the change or something like that or midlife crisis or like I'm like I don't even know what a midlife crisis, so I don't know if I can confirm or deny that statement. But all I know is when I turned 50 in August, I mean, I just really felt like I can't do this no more. Like everything, my routine, my schedules, going to the gym, coming, I stopped going and I tried to switch up my routine. There's things that I've been doing different, just changing my diet, changing, my eating, not watching television. I mean, really looking to travel. I mean, I don't know. Even going to church, I just don't, I'm not feeling it. I'm just like, I need something different. I need something more. I mean, this isn't it. Like, it got to be more to life than just this, than just a routine, than just like, it's got to be more to me being a Christian than just this. I don't know if anybody else have been feeling that way, but like, you've been in this dry place or, you feel like you've been laying dormant or, just when you thought that vision that God gave. Okay, I'm gonna get to that part. So let's look up some definitions real quick. Cause I like to understand what I'm reading. Like I like to wrap my mind around, especially a new term or something that I'm being exposed to that I've never heard before. It's like I have to wrap my mind around what this thing is so that I can get some understanding, some divine comprehension in my heart that gives me the ability to repeat something at will. It's like if God is introducing this super bloom to me, I want to receive it. I don't want to just hear it. I want to receive it. I wanted to start changing my DNA and my molecular structures and I wanted to change my fingerprints and I wanted to change me. I want to receive it. I want to be able to birth it. I want to be able to manifest it. I want to be able to see kingdom come. So I looked up some terms. Super is of high grade or quality, very large or powerful, exhibiting the characteristics of its type to an extreme or excessive degree. That's what super means. And I do this really, you guys, in my everyday life. This is how I study. I have to break the words down so that I can bite them in bite sized pieces. And so I looked up the word bloom, to produce or yield flowers, to support abundant plant life, to mature. Come on, then I find myself in these definitions, to mature into achievement of one's potential. Come on, that's me right there. So I'll put like a little asterisk next to that one. So I'm a super bloom. I'm about to become, extreme and excessive, large and powerful. Like this is what I'm setting my mind to. This is what I'm envisioning. This is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm believing. A super bloom. I mean, come on, like almost like a superhero, to mature into achievement of one's potential, to flourish in youthful beauty, freshness, or excellence, to shine out, to become more apparent or fully expressed. It's like the Tia that you've known all of this time. I'm about to be 2.0, Tia 2.0. Like I'm about to be full and mature and coming to my fully expressed self. Like you haven't really seen all of who God has created me to be. Wait till that super get on my natural. That super. To appear or occur unexpectedly or in remarkable quantity or degree. Come on, I'm gonna put an asterisk by that one. To appear or occur unexpectedly or in remarkable quantity or degree, to become densely populated with microorganisms and especially plankton used of bodies of water. Okay, then I looked up, I'm sorry, I didn't change the definition so you guys could read along. Okay, then I looked up the word dormant. And dormant means marked by a suspension or activity, such as temporarily devoid of external activity, temporarily in abeyance, yet capable of being activated. Did I look up that word for you guys? Abeyance is a state, because when I don't know what a word means, I don't just read it and keep going. I have to go back and write the definition of it. So abeyance means a state of temporary inactivity or suspension. I mean, that really describes me. That describes this season that I've been in. Inactive, suspended. Um, and then let's go to, but it says yet capable of being activated, right? So I'm laying dormant. I'm dormant, but I'm capable of being activated, right? But this is so good. And then the botany definition is not actively growing, but protected. as bud scales from the environment used for plant parts. I like that one too. Not actively growing, but protected. Come on, think about that wildflower seed. It has the ability to slow down its time so that it can bloom in the right conditions, in the perfect conditions, at the right time, in the right place. Amazing. And then I already told you that in order for the super bloom, we need the conditions, we need the ground, we need the seed, and the weather and the time. So when I was reading all of this, I was thinking about the scripture, Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Like, even though it seems like it's taking things so long, it's taking so long for that promise that God gave you. It's taking so long for that vision He gave you. It's taking so long. You've been holding on to that word that He's giving you. And it's been 5, 10, 15, maybe 20 years. But I'm telling you, God gave me this word because the time is now. The time is now. You no longer have to wait anymore. Come on, that dormant desert season is done. It is time for the super bloom. It is time for the super bloom. Come on, I already asked you that. I'm just looking at my notes. How many of you have felt like they have been experiencing a drought, a desert, and wilderness season, but suddenly, come on, you guys, I'm here to give you hope. I'm here to stir you up. I'm here to encourage you. God is saying, hold on. Help is on the way. But suddenly you are going to bloom and blossom all at once. Did I look up the word? I did look up bloom. Come on. You're going to bloom, produce. You're going to mature into achievement of your potential. You're going to flourish. You're going to excel. You're going to shine. You're going to become more apparent or fully expressed. Come on. You're going to appear or occur unexpectedly or in remarkable quantity or degree. Come on. This is our time. Let me show you guys what a super bloom look like. Can you see those beautiful colors? This is all those wildflower seeds. This is a desert. This is a desert place. Oh, Instagram. Let me see if I could show you. This is a desert place that is now being covered. Come on, by flowers that all bloom at the same time. So, so beautiful. So beautiful. I want to show y'all the same picture. That's a super bloom. That's all of those wildflower seeds blooming at the same time under those rare and unusual conditions. Come on. Yeah, I know 2023 has been difficult. 2023 has been difficult. If it's not been for you, it certainly have been for me. I have overcame a lot of obstacles all because of God. I have sold my house. I am currently, living in this apartment that I really do like. My mother don't understand why I like this apartment so much because it's like I know God's patterns with me. I'm not going to be here long. I was sharing with her that, my prayer is that I can gift this apartment to somebody fully furnished and pay their rent up for a year. That's what I'm believing God for. That I'm blessed to be a blessing because I'm not staying here long. I'm just enjoying it. But I want to sow it into somebody's life who can change their situation and their circumstances. But what was I saying, you guys? Yeah, so Habakkuk 2 and 3, when I was researching the Superbloom, this scripture came to me and I thought about it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Come on, for an appointed time. But at the end, it shall speak and not lie. Come on, you won't be able to deny this Superbloom. Though it tarry, wait for it. Wait for it because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And yeah, I know I looked up tarry. To delay or be tardy in acting or doing, to linger in expectation, to abide or stay in or at a place. Come on, it will not be tardy, it will not delay. Oh, I'm so excited. I finally I have an answer for what's been going on with me. I mean, I did not understand why I was feeling like this, why I was feeling non-productive, why I was feeling um what was that, those two words that they said, suspension and inactive. Why did I not know what to do next? Like, why did I have this feeling of feeling lost and confused and not productive? And I thank God for answering that question. Come on, waiting for the right conditions to arrive. God is sending rain from heaven. I mean, these little rainy days that we've been having, I've been shouting for joy. I'm like, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. Come on, let it rain. I want to share another scripture with you guys. Isaiah 27 and 6. In days to come, Jacob will take root. Israel will blossom and bud. They will fill the surface of the world with fruit. Come on, you guys. We are going to blossom and bud. We will fill this earth with our fruit. We're all going to blossom at the same time. Come on. I mean, you better receive this word. You better get your hand up. I mean, you got to receive it. All I can do is do my part in teaching it. But you have a part to play in this. You have to receive this word. Come on, you got to snatch this word. You got to say, that's for me. Like, you got to get excited about this super bloom. Come on, I want y'all. I'm trying to think. Did God give me another message? But you got to get excited about this super bloom. This will be a season of fruitfulness and abundance like the world has never seen. Hey, everybody like to give their word for 2024. This is my word, super bloom. You better make that your 2024 word. They coming with 20. I'm gonna have more in 2024. I'm going to go down to the floor. Nah, you super bloom. It ain't got a rhyme. Let's go to did I write this one? I may not have written this one. Songs of Songs 7, chapter 7, verse 12. I got notes, y'all. Look, y'all know when I have notes, it's gonna be a good tea time. Let us go early to the vineyards to see if the vines have budded, if their blossoms have opened, and if the pomegranates are in bloom. There I will give you my love. Come on, this is from God. Let us go early to the vineyards to see if the vines have budded, if their blossoms have opened, and if the pomegranates are in bloom, there I will give you my love. Man, that's saying be in expectation. Expect the super bloom. When I was a single mom of two sons, right? I no longer trusted myself to pick a man. The ones that I picked was not good. Bad decisions, right? So I prayed and I asked God to choose my husband for me, choose my mate, choose my spouse. I don't trust myself. I know what I like, but you know what I need. So choose them. After I prayed the prayer, I instantly went into expectation. I got up every day, every morning and said, "Oh, God, I can't wait to see who you pick for me. Oh, I want to know, is he somebody that I already know? Is he local? Maybe he's from out of town. I can't wait to see what he look like. I can't wait to see how we gonna meet." Like I didn't know any of that stuff, but I instantly believed what I prayed when I prayed it, and I went into expectation. So I'm telling you guys, expect this super bloom. Expect it. If that is the one condition for you experiencing the super bloom, you don't want to forfeit expecting the super bloom. Come on. Songs of Songs, chapter 215. Catch for us the foxes, the little foxes that ruin the vineyards, our vineyards that are in bloom. Come on. You got to call that thing into manifestation. Come on, I could see Jesus walking through his vineyards with his hopeful anticipation and excitement as we, his children, come on, begin to blossom and bloom. Like he's waiting on us on the super bloom. We're waiting on the super bloom. Come on. And think about it, y'all. We've been experiencing rain. Come on, his love and presence are flooding the earth in unusual ways. Get ready to blossom. Get ready to bloom. The conditions are right. Come on. And his goodness and mercy are causing hearts to respond. Come on. Is it possible that maybe, just maybe, all of the pain, all of the hurt you've been going through, all of the adversities you faced in 2023, you are in the thick of, is forging the dormant seeds of faith within you to one day bloom with so much hope it will be visible from outer space. Do you know that they can see the super bloom that takes place in California from space? That's how abundant and large and excessive and beautiful it is. Like, this is a rare occasion. This doesn't happen all the time. This takes place once every 10 to 15 years under the right conditions with the right type of ground. It said that the ground had to be warmed up gradually with the right kind of seed, the seeds that had the ability uh, to not germinate at the wrong time, during the right conditions. It delayed itself. Come on. The literal bloom is a natural event that only happens when the timing is just right. Oh, did I drink all my tea? Where's my water bottle? Water flowing in early winter months mixed with optimal spring growth, wind, and soil matrix conditions that give way to an otherwise dormant floral abundance that is unleashed the following spring. So I want to read something else to you guys. It's in Isaiah chapter 35. Oh, let me read this one to you. Isaiah 43:19. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. Come on, you guys. I believe that God is doing the new thing. This is what I've been believing Him for. I told God that I don't want the same life that I had from the year 1 through 50. Now that I'm 50, I want a whole new life. I want you to do a new thing. Like I don't want nothing. I even broke up my old routine. I am changing how I'm doing things. Yeah, people are looking at me kind of funny and trying to figure out what I'm doing, but you're not going to figure out what I'm doing. You're going to just see what's going to happen because I don't even know what I'm doing. I just know that I don't want it anymore. I don't want my old life. I don't want business as usual. I don't want church as usual. I don't want to live my life as usual. I'm ready for this moment in time, this super bloom. But I'm gonna end this, you guys, with Isaiah chapter 35. Well, no, I got some other stuff I got to say to you guys that God want me to say. So stay tuned for that. Okay, I'm gonna have to read it from my screen. Isaiah 35. I think I'm reading the whole chapter. Verse 1. The wilderness and the wasteland shall be glad for them, and the desert shall rejoice and blossom as the rose. It shall blossom abundantly and rejoice even with joy and singing. The glory of Lebanon shall be given to it, the excellence of Carmel and Sharon. They shall see the glory of the Lord, the excellency of our God. Strengthen the weak hands and make firm the feeble knees. Say to those who are fearful hearted, be strong. Do not fear. Behold, your God will come with vengeance, with the recompense of God. He will come and save you. Then the eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped. Then the lame shall leap like a deer, and the tongue of the dumb sing. For water shall burst forth in the wilderness. Come on, you guys. That sounds like a super bloom. And streams in the desert. The parched ground shall become a pool, and the thirsty land springs of water. In the habitation of jackals, where each lay, there shall be grass with reeds and rushes. Highway, come on, verse 8. Highway shall be there and a road, and it shall be called the highway of holiness. The unclean shall not pass over it, but it shall be for others. Whoever walks the road, although a fool, shall not go astray. No lion, come on, shall be there, nor shall any ravenous beast go up on it. It shall not be found there, but the redeemed shall walk there. And the ransom of the Lord shall return and come to Zion with singing, with everlasting joy on their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away. Come on. I think that's the end of it, right? What verse was that? Oh, Isaiah 1 through 30, Isaiah 35, 1 through 10. God's way of showing us that through adversity, come on, He can display growth in you for others to see. I mean, you hit that right on the head, Anthony. That's what I'm saying, man. You got to get in tune and in line with God because you got to see things the way He sees things. You can't see things from your perspective because your perspective is limited. and your perspective may be emotional and fleshy. But it's like, man, you got to get in line with God and know, man, that this is when he works. This is when he go to work. This is when you can see God's hand moving all over your life. When you don't have no answers, when you don't have no clue, when things just happen to you and you can't explain, where did this come from? How did this get here? Why is this present in my life? I didn't sow that. You trying to figure out, where did I go wrong? But you ain't go wrong. He's growing you up. He's using this moment to mature you. I mean, I was telling my family when we got together on Christmas Eve, and I said, I am 50 years old, but I don't know if my emotional intelligence is the same age. You say something stupid to me, I'm gonna say something stupid back to you. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, no, I'm 50. I'm grown. I am a half of 100. It's like, I don't want to, have these emotional outbursts. I don't want to be emotionally led. I want to be spirit led. I want to say only what the Father say. Y'all hear what I'm saying? I don't want to, because my tongue can be quick. I'm quick with it. I can say some things to try to, tear you down. But it's like, no, I can watch what I say before I say it. I can monitor my words before they ever come out of my mouth. You guys, you better get on this train. Hey, Uncle David, you finally got on here while I was on here. But I'm telling you, you guys, this super bloom, this is a word from God. This is not a word from Tia. This ain't no stuff I made up. I've never heard of super bloom until he told me to teach on it. Never heard of this phenomenon. But I promise you, it's in my heart, and I'm expecting this season of super bloom. Okay, so he wanted me to tell you four other things because he told me to make sure I explain in detail what a super bloom is. So I done my part, you guys. Okay, so this is what he wanted me to share with you guys. Number one, harvest your ground now. Harvest your ground now. What does harvest mean? It's the process or period of gathering in crops. Harvest your ground now. It is God's provision for us and God's blessings for others. Matthew 9:37-38. Then he said to his disciples, the harvest truly is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore, pray the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest. So God said, harvest your ground now. Number two, get rid of all the old, dead, and decayed stuff. Come on, I'm going to break it down. Get rid of all the old. What is old? Old is the past stuff. Stop bringing up stuff from the past. Stop living in your past. Let it go. Don't go there no more. Don't bring up something that happened way back in the day. Watch your words. Come on, because we getting ready for the super bloom. Past former things or experiences. He said, get rid of that. Get rid of all of it. Don't keep one thing. Get rid of it all. Get rid of all the old dead. What is dead? Deceased, expired, departed, things that don't exist anymore, lifeless, useless, no value. Get rid of it. Anything that is in your life, whether it's people, places, things, memories, emotions, if it don't have no value, get rid of it. If it's lifeless, get rid of it. We ain't even eating dead things in our diets anymore. Come on, God told us to eat what we are. Living. We eating living food. We not even eating that dead stuff no more. Come on, this is a new life. This is a new life that we're living. He said, get rid of all the I could have sworn I bought my water. Get rid of all the old, dead, and decayed. What does that mean? What is decayed? Having rotted or decomposed, having fallen into disrepair, deteriorate, I can't, deteriorated, mildewy, spoiled. Come on, think about it. Sugar makes your teeth decay. I remember when my husband, our son Mason is 18, but he would buy him those ring pops. And I was like, stop buying him those ring pops. They're going to mess his teeth up because sugar decays over time, gradually over time. Get rid of that stuff. God said, get rid of all the old, dead, and decayed stuff. Come on. Number 3, fertilize yourself. Come on, we're going to fertilize ourselves. What do you mean? Make yourself more fertile, more productive, adding substance, enriching ourselves. Come on, growing. We're going to do things that's going to increase us. We're going to fertilize ourselves. Come on, these are all practical things that we can do. You don't have to wait on God. God gave us a word. We're going to work the word. And number 4, prepare for the super bloom. We're going to prepare for the super bloom. What does that mean? Make ready. If you're going to prepare for your baby, if you was pregnant and you knew that you was having a baby, what would you do to prepare? The super bloom is our baby. So we're going to prepare for the super bloom. We're going to prepare for our visions. We're going to prepare for that word he gave us. We're going to prepare for what else? The vision, the word, any projects that you got going on. You're going to prepare for those things. Expect. Come on, we're going to be in expectation. Get everything set. Prepare means you're going to take the necessary steps. Come on, remember my other post I said, you saying you don't know how to do something is not an excuse to not do something. Figure it out. Get set. Come on, be in position. Be in position for the super bloom. That's how we going to prepare for it. Come on, I couldn't wait, y'all. Wednesday couldn't get here. I could have taught it on Monday, but I'm so excited, you guys. I needed this word. I don't know about you, but let me come on, super bloom. That's what we're going to look like in the spirit. We're going to be fully developed. We're going to be matured. Come on, we're going to be in our full expression. Super bloom, super bloom, super bloom. Get ready for the super bloom. Come on. Lord, who once led me to the desert, create a super bloom in my heart that will last forever. Come on, you can say that prayer. Lord, who once led me to the desert, create a super bloom in my heart that will last forever. Come on. This is a word that God gave me, but I'm going to share it with you guys. Expect miracles, believe what I say, and speak what you believe. Come on. Expect, believe, speak. Expect, believe, and speak. I'm Tia Williams, and I hope you guys enjoyed the first tea time with Tia for 2024. Come on, what a way to open the door. 2024 gonna be more. Open the door. Come on. We coming for everything. Everything that's been laid dormant in our life. Come on. It is our time. It is our time. It is our time. Okay, so my next tea time with Tia, ask questions if you have any questions. My next tea time with Tia topic is going to be, are you like God? Then what offends you and why? And then the question is, are you then like God? Oh gosh, he gonna get me in trouble teaching these topics. So I'm excited about next week Tea Time with Tia. I'm telling you, you guys, expect the super bloom. Prepare for the super bloom. Fertilize yourself. Get rid of the old, dead, and decayed stuff and harvest your ground now. I'm hungry, you guys. I gotta go get me something to eat. I don't know where, but I guess my appetite is picking back up, so that's a good thing. I mean, this tea time was action packed, so make sure you guys hit the share button. Be blessed. Have a great day. Uh oh.